It's 7 a.m. on a Tuesday morning in September 1975. Somewhere in suburban America, an alarm clock rings. Not the digital beep you know today, but a loud mechanical bell that jolts you awake. You reach over to silence it. Your hand touches cold metal and warm wood. This clock cost $12.95. It will last 20 years, because in 1975, things were built to last. Outside your window, the world looks different. The air smells different. Life moves at a different pace. Today, we're going back, not just to remember, but to truly experience what a single day felt like in 1970. From the moment you opened your eyes to the moment you turned off the lights at night. This is the story of ordinary life in an extraordinary time. A time many of you remember. A time your grandchildren can barely imagine. The first thing you notice when you wake up in 1975 is the silence. No notifications. No buzzing phones. No emails waiting. Just the sound of birds outside and maybe a neighbor starting their car. You swing your legs out of bed. The bedroom is cool. There's no programmable thermostat that adjusted the temperature overnight. Your father got up an hour ago to turn up the furnace. You walk to the bathroom. The tiles are cold under your feet. You turn on the faucet, and it takes a moment for the hot water to arrive. While you wait, you look at yourself in the medicine cabinet mirror. That cabinet tells a story. Inside, you'll find things that don't exist anymore. Mercurochrome in a small glass bottle. Bayer aspirin in a tin container. Your father's Barbasol shaving cream in a metal can. Everything is glass or metal. Plastic is still relatively expensive. You brush your teeth with Crest toothpaste. The tube is metal, and you squeeze from the bottom, rolling it up carefully. When it's empty, you'll squeeze out every last bit because it costs 69 cents. That's about $4 in today's money. Downstairs, your mother is already in the kitchen. She's been up since 6:30. The kitchen is the heart of the home in 1975, but it looks nothing like a modern kitchen. The refrigerator hums loudly in the corner. It's avocado green or harvest gold, probably bought in the late 60s. Inside, there's no water dispenser, no ice maker, just shelves, and everything is smaller than you'd expect. Your mother is making breakfast on an electric stove. The burners glow orange. There's no microwave, no air fryer, no instant pot. Cooking takes time, and everyone knows it. She's preparing eggs, bacon, and toast. The bacon sizzles in a cast-iron pan. The smell fills the entire house. Toast pops up from a chrome toaster that's been in the family for 15 years. You sit down at the kitchen table. It's covered with a vinyl tablecloth with an orange and brown floral pattern. Everything in the 70s is orange, brown, or avocado green. On the table is the morning newspaper. Your father reads it while eating. The front page shows President Ford. Watergate is still fresh in everyone's memory. Vietnam just ended 4 months ago. The news is serious, but people still trust what they read. The newspaper cost 15 cents. Inside are job listings, apartment rentals for $150 a month, and cars advertised for $2,500. Your mother pours coffee from a percolator. It's strong and hot. Coffee costs about $1.50 for a pound. You can buy it at the grocery store already ground, or whole bean if you prefer. Breakfast is finished. Your father stands up, puts on his suit jacket, and picks up his briefcase. He'll drive 15 minutes to work. Gas costs 53 cents per gallon. His car, a 1972 Ford sedan, gets maybe 12 miles per gallon, but nobody worries about that yet. You finish your orange juice, grab your school books, and head outside. The morning air is fresh. You notice immediately what's missing. No leaf blowers, no distant highway drone, fewer cars overall. The neighborhood is quieter. Your school bus arrives at exactly 7:45. The driver is Mr. Peterson. He's been driving this route for 12 years. Everyone knows him. He knows everyone. The bus is yellow, but it's older and louder than modern buses. There are no seat belts, no air conditioning. In winter, the heater barely works. In spring, you open the windows. You climb aboard and find a seat on the green vinyl bench. The bus smells like diesel fuel and old metal. Kids are talking, laughing. Nobody has headphones. Nobody is staring at a screen. As the bus rolls through town, you see the world of 1975 through the windows. Gas stations have large signs showing prices. Regular for 53 cents, premium for 57 cents. Full-service attendants pump gas, check oil, and clean windshields. Self-service is just beginning to appear. You pass a shopping plaza. The stores have names you'd recognize: Woolworths, Sears, JCPenney. The parking lot is full, but not crowded. Most families only have one car. There's a phone booth on the corner. It's made of metal and glass. Inside, a payphone waits. A call costs 10 cents. These booths are everywhere because nobody has a phone in their pocket. The bus passes a movie theater. The marquee shows Jaws and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Tickets cost $2 for adults, $1 for children. On Saturday afternoons, the theater is packed. You arrive at school at 8:15. The school building was built in 1958. It's solid, made of brick and concrete. The hallways are wide, the ceilings high. Everything echoes. Inside your classroom, the walls are institutional beige or pale green. There's a large chalkboard at the front. Your teacher writes with actual chalk. The sound squeaks. The dust floats in the sunlight. On the teacher's desk sits a wooden pointer, a attendance book with handwritten names, and a small bell to signal the end of lessons. There are no computers, no projectors, no smart boards. Learning happens through books, lectures, and handwritten notes. Your textbooks are heavy, cloth-bound, and shared. Inside the front cover are the names of students from previous years. Some books are 10 years old. They'll be used for 5 more years. You write with a pencil or a pen. If you make a mistake, you erase or cross it out. There's no delete button. Every word requires intention. The classroom has a pencil sharpener bolted to the wall. It's mechanical, with a hand crank. The grinding sound is part of the daily soundtrack. At lunch, the cafeteria serves hot meals. Everything is made from scratch in the school kitchen. Sloppy joes, mashed potatoes, green beans. A full lunch costs 75 cents. Milk comes in small glass bottles or wax-coated paper cartons. Chocolate milk costs an extra nickel. Kids trade snacks, share cookies their mothers baked. After school, you don't go to organized activities. There are no travel sports teams, no tutoring centers. You go home or to a friend's house, and you play outside until dinner. Meanwhile, across town, your father is at work. His office has metal desks, filing cabinets, and typewriters. The sound of typing fills the room. Clack, 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 ding. Every document is typed on paper, with carbon copies for records. If someone makes a mistake, they use correction fluid. White out. They paint over the error and retype. There are no emails, no instant messages. If your father needs to communicate with another office, he picks up the phone or writes a memo. The memo is typed, put in an envelope, and delivered by a mail clerk. Important calls go through a switchboard operator. Your father picks up the phone and says, "Betty, can you connect me to Mr. Harrison in accounting?" Betty, the operator, physically plugs a cable into the correct socket. The connection is made. This is someone's entire job. Your father's secretary types letters, files documents, and answers phones. She uses a Rolodex, a rotating file of business cards. To find someone's number, she flips through hundreds of cards. At 3 o'clock, there's a coffee break. Everyone gathers around a metal percolator in the break room. They talk about the news, sports, family. These conversations build relationships. They take time. Work ends at 5 p.m. sharp. Your father packs his briefcase, says goodbye, and drives home. The commute takes 15 minutes because traffic is light. Most families only have one car, and most mothers are home during the day. Your mother spends the afternoon managing the household. This is a full-time job in 1975. She drives to the grocery store. The car is a station wagon, probably wood-paneled on the sides. These cars are massive, with room for 6 or 7 people. The grocery store is smaller than modern supermarkets, but it's still impressive. Rows of canned goods, fresh produce, a butcher counter with real butchers. Your mother pushes a metal shopping cart. It rattles and squeaks. One wheel always seems to pull to the left. She shops from a handwritten list. There are no smartphones with shopping apps, no online orders. She knows prices from memory and watches for sales. A gallon of milk costs $1.38. A dozen eggs costs 70 cents. A loaf of bread costs 33 cents. Ground beef is 98 cents per pound. She picks up a box of Kellogg's Corn Flakes for 69 cents. A can of Campbell's soup for 20 cents. Everything is cheaper. But remember, the average household income in 1975 is about $14,000 per year. At the checkout, the cashier rings up each item on a mechanical register. There are no barcodes, no scanners. She types in prices by hand, and the register prints them on a paper receipt. Your mother pays in cash. She counts out bills and coins. The cashier counts back change. That's $14.63. Out of 20. $6.37 is your change. A teenage boy carries the groceries to the car in paper bags. Your mother gives him a quarter tip. He says thank you and means it. Back home, your mother unpacks the groceries. The refrigerator is small, so she plans carefully. There's no extra space for bulk purchases. In the pantry, she stores dry goods in containers. Everything is organized. Waste is minimal. Leftovers are always saved and used. She begins preparing dinner. Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans. This will take 90 minutes. There are no shortcuts, no pre-made meals, no delivery apps. While dinner cooks, she folds laundry. The clothes were washed in a top-loading machine and dried in a dryer that takes an hour. Some items were hung outside on a clothesline. The clothes are made of cotton, wool, or polyester. They're built to last years, not months. A good pair of jeans costs $12 and will be worn until they're threadbare. Your father arrives home at 5:30. He parks in the driveway, walks through the front door, and announces, "I'm home." This is the signal. The family gathers. Dinner is at 6 o'clock. Everyone sits at the dining room table. No phones, no TV, no distractions. This is family time. Your father says grace. Your mother serves the food. Everyone eats together and talks about their day. The conversation is simple. How was school? How was work? What happened in the neighborhood? These small moments build connections. After dinner, your father reads the evening paper. Your mother washes dishes by hand. There's a dishwasher, but it's slow and loud, so she often prefers doing it herself. You finish your homework at the kitchen table. Math problems written by hand. History questions answered in complete sentences. There's no Google to check answers. You either know it, or you look it up in an encyclopedia. The encyclopedia set sits on a shelf in the living room. 24 volumes, bought in 1968. It cost your parents $200. They're still paying it off in monthly installments. At 7:30, the family moves to the living room. It's time for television. The TV is the centerpiece of the room. It's large, boxy, made of wood and glass. The screen is curved, and the picture is fuzzy by modern standards. There are only 3 or 4 channels: ABC, NBC, CBS, and maybe PBS. No cable yet. No streaming. No on-demand. You turn the TV on by twisting a dial. It takes 30 seconds to warm up. The screen glows, then an image appears. You adjust the rabbit ear antennas for a clearer picture. Tonight, Happy Days is on at 8 p.m. The whole family watches together. When a commercial comes on, nobody leaves. You watch ads for Coca-Cola, Ford trucks, and Tide detergent. Commercials are events. Jingles get stuck in your head. You sing them the next day. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. At 9 p.m., the news comes on. Walter Cronkite delivers the evening report. His voice is calm, authoritative, trusted. People believe what he says. The news covers politics, the economy, international events. It's serious, but not sensational. There are no opinion segments, no shouting pundits. After the news, your parents decide it's bedtime. The TV is turned off. The house grows quiet. You brush your teeth, change into pajamas, and climb into bed. The sheets are cotton, washed 100 times. They're soft and smell like fresh air. Your room is simple. A bed, a dresser, a desk, posters on the walls, maybe a rock band, a sports team, or a movie. On your nightstand is a clock radio. You set the alarm for tomorrow morning. The dial glows faintly in the dark. You might read for a few minutes. A library book, maybe a comic, or a magazine. Reading is how you pass time before sleep. Downstairs, your parents are finishing their evening. Your father locks the doors. Your mother turns off the lights. They check on you one last time, then retire to their room. The house settles. Outside, the neighborhood is dark and silent. Streetlights cast soft yellow glows. A dog barks in the distance. A car passes slowly. In 1975, nights are truly dark. There are no security lights, no screens glowing in windows, number 24-hour convenience stores. People sleep deeply because the day demanded physical and mental presence. There were no distractions, no infinite scrolling, no staying up late staring at a screen. Life in 1975 moved slower, but it was fuller. Every task required effort. Every conversation required attention. Every purchase required consideration. So, was life better in 1975? That depends on who you ask. There was no internet, no smartphones, no instant communication. But there was connection. Real, face-to-face, human connection. Things cost less, but people earned less. A dollar went further, but you had to work for every dollar. Technology was simpler, but life required more patience, more skill, more presence. What we've lost is obvious, but what we've gained is equally clear. The question isn't which time was better. The question is, what did we leave behind that's worth remembering? If you lived through the 1970s, you know the answer. And if you didn't, now you've had a glimpse. Thank you for taking this journey back in time. If this brought back memories or taught you something new, leave a comment below. Share your own stories. Let's keep these memories alive.